Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview, this time covering VCT Americas Stage 1 for playoffs. My guest at this time is Adam of KRU Esports, coming off of their match against Evil Geniuses, in which they came out on the losing end, thus getting eliminated from said competition. So Adam, thank you so much for the opportunity. I mean, it sucks. I could definitely assume, coming off of this match with a loss, and so obviously not feeling the best of all the emotions right now, but still I gotta ask you, how you've been able to kind of like process this defeat from your point of view.
Well, we're still dealing with it. We just lost like 20 minutes ago, half an hour ago, and yeah, it's pretty hard. We, for some reason, we are not playing even close to our standards. We are far from them, and I don't know. We need to speak as a team to rewatch this match, yesterday's match, and try to make some conclusions based on the facts and not on the feelings on the thoughts so soon.
No, for sure. I mean, I believe like I had a conversation with Melser a few moments before the actual start of this conversation. He mentioned you guys haven't even been able to have like a team talk, after this match. I'm not sure if I'm right on that. You can kind of elaborate, but still, still though, like looking over into this match, the expectation from your team was to just rebound, do a much better performance from yesterday, in which you guys lost to MIBR, and so for a few moments you guys were able to make that happen, but still, with Evil Geniuses taking both Lotus and Icebox, in a general sense, what do you feel just happened for the team that just led to the result?
It's hard to tell. I felt as today we were much better prepared or adapt to their play style. I believe that they have the most different play style from the whole region. Like the other teams play like in a similar way. I believe that their play style is pretty specific, and I felt as today we were pretty aware of how they play, and we had a lot of good rounds. But also, as yesterday and today, I felt as we were not able to close the rounds, and a lot of them were rounds that where we were on an advantage, and even though we lost, we tend to play as we are in disadvantage when we were in advantage. So it's hard to be 100% sure why is that. And I don't know. We were dealing with that pretty much in the right way in the regular season, but in playoffs, like we just crumble like round by round. So yeah, it's hard, but I think that it is what it is.
Do you feel like the pressure got to the team, given that we went from regular season to playoffs? Do you think that's the case? Do you feel like it's more mental that kind of like led the team to not play as the usual thing or your usual way?
I mean, it could be a possibility. I try to not to think about that because I mean we work with we have a performance coach with us like it happened with these these things of pressure and emotions and all of that stuff, and we try to attend that, but I try to find more technical things like how are we making decisions or why are we making these type of moves, and but yeah, at the end it's hard to know right now, and also we have experienced players like our players have been playing since the beta. They are most of them has more international experience than a lot of players that are actually right now in VCT. So there are people that are used to deal with pressure and are used to deal with a lot of stuff. And so why now, when you have the most years under your belt, why now is when that hurts us the most. So those are my thoughts. I don't like to just to give it for granted that okay, it's pressure. I, I try not to see things that way. I try to find more on things that I can work, things that I can fix. But yeah, That's those are my thoughts on pressure.
No, for sure. Definitely understand the rationale on that facet of the game. And going back a little bit into the match, obviously, this is not the first time that this team faced off against Evil Geniuses. Got to go back to the regular season in week 4, in which you guys had that opportunity. And as a matter of fact, you guys actually played Evil Geniuses in Lotus in that previous occasion. And obviously, you put that into use for this one with the change of the neon from the Yoru to the neon. And kind of piggybacking off of that, just sort of when it comes to now focusing on like what happened in that first match to now preparing for today, what do you feel was the most important attribute that you felt the team could like capitalize on, emphasize for this second encounter?
We work a lot on how to deal with when the enemy has such a few time to plant the spike. Like EG is used to plant the spike with 20, 15 seconds, 10 seconds, and we work a lot on how we are supposed to manage our resources on the early round. We are a team that plays a lot in the early round, and with them we start like basically not playing any early round basically, and started playing more mid round and late round. And it's something that worked for us a lot. Also on Lotus, I think that we have a clearer game plan on attack, that we made a good attack and we lost those delicate rounds that we were not supposed to lose. But we made a good attack. We had a good defense, and also we lost some rounds when they were trapped into our game, and even though we lost them. And yeah, Icebox, we didn't play Icebox with them the first time, so it was like a new map between us. We knew some stuff that they did yesterday, I believe, against Cloud9. So I believe that props to the team for that, because we change a lot of things on how we play just because we were going to play against them. But anyway, I see as it wasn't enough. So yeah.
I mean, when it comes to looking at this crew team, the trajectory, or more so like the progress, is kind of similar to last year at this same point in which stage 1, you guys coming into playoffs on good form. You guys weren't able to then capitalize and go on a deep run, missing out on Master Shanghai. And you look at that and you look at right now, people will look at both years and say, okay, there's a similarity there. Something must be wrong in that part of the year. For you, do you see any similarities as to like the trajectory of the team? And if so, like what are they? And if not, why not?
I think, of course, there are some similarities, because like we have always kept like a core through the years. So even though I think that right now is when we are playing like a pretty different play style as we're used to in the past, a lot of that is because of the new meta. I believe that the game has changed a lot by now. So yeah, the similarities is that I felt in the last playoffs that those important rounds, those crucial rounds, when we need to be cold blood, we tend to lose those rounds, and we're not supposed to do them. Like a lot of times, like I feel as in our team, the hard work for most of the teams is to efficiently get an advantage, to efficiently have map control. And I believe that is not the hard work for us. That I feel in some way that's easy for our team, but the easy part for the other teams, that is just capitalize on your advantage, capitalize on what you already get. For some reason, that's the hard part for us, and maybe that is a similarity between those players that we have played in the past.
And now, with you guys looking at the 2-month break from now until the start of stage 2, obviously you guys are going to be looking at a lot of things to improve, tweak, and adjust for the better, have a much better showing as a team. And from your point of view, Adam, given what you've been talking about in this conversation, what's the one thing that you feel the team has to work on the most?
For sure, those decisions in the most crucial times. Well, how are you made? Not It's not just the decision. Is your thought processing on why are we making those choices? And a lot of them we review them on pracs on a daily basis. And I feel that that's something that needs to change drastically if we want to make a good split two and qualify and make a good champions. I believe that we need to change our way of making decisions in the crucial moments.
Mm-hmm. Well, if there's anything to kind of look at and say, okay, look at this, look at what crew can do. You can look at 2024 stage two. Sure, there was not much expectations, but you guys were able to make it to champions, and I was there, talking to every one of the team, watching the team perform, and so hopefully we can see a similar showing for this team in stage two. And yeah, nothing else to go, not enough to say, but to say thank you so much, Adam, for the opportunity, for the interviews as always, and of course, best of luck goes to yourself and the team for improving in stage two. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Bye.
much.